Hi YouTube, it's Lena, and I'm here today with my Pan palette and palette roulette update. Sorry this did not go up yesterday, but I was not feeling that great, honestly, so I couldn't barely sit down to do my makeup to film, much less actually film. So I guess I will go into my Pan palette shadows first and talk about my plans for the next couple of months with all of my many eyeshadows that I've apparently decided to pan or chose to pan, or however you want to look at it. First is my Lorac Pro, which I'm doing quite well on. As you can see, I've almost hit the top of the pan in Sable, and Deep Purple is almost gone. I admittedly have not touched Slate in the past month because I was using it to set my eyeliner, but I decided to start doing that with Deep Purple just to get it gone a little bit quicker. So I was hoping to have Deep Purple done by this update, but it is not quite there yet. Just I guess a little more to it than I thought, because I literally use it every day for at least setting my liner. So goal for next month is to finish Deep Purple, get back to expanding the pan at least a little bit on Slate. And with Sable, I want to actually hit the top of the pan and expand pan as much as I can. Now for my other shades that I added this year, I did expand the pan on my Almay Trio, the one I had pan on. So I have not used the purple at all because I'm trying to finish Deep Purple, because I wear Deep Purple in my outer V when I wear this light green, but hopefully once I do finish that I can start using this purple. These are not heavily pigmented. They're honestly just a little bit on the old side because they are from about 2 formulas ago for Almay. But my sister gave them to me, so I want to use them up. I don't just want to, you know, get rid of them or anything like that. Plus I do really like the colors themselves. I just have to build them up. Which is why, even though I've only probably worn that green 3 or 4 times in the past month, the pan expanded pretty well. Now for my other shades, I have remembered to use this one more. This is the Physicians Formula Quad and Canyon Classics. I do have a bit of a dip going in this taupey brown shade. I don't know how well you can see it. Hopefully I can hit pan on that soon. I know I could use this like in my eyebrows and to contour with, but I'm using other products for that. I'm actually even using Sable in my eyebrows on occasion. That's how I've really been expanding the pan in that. So this is just getting used in my crease for certain eye looks. And my other singles, other than the Creme Brulee, haven't really been used that much. I've definitely expanded the pan in there, so I have no concerns about whether or not I can finish that off. I would like to hit the top of the pan in the next month, but you know, we'll see how far I can actually get in it, because I use it in the same spot every day. I use it to highlight my brow bone, even though this is pretty close to my actual face color. And I use it to blend my crease a little bit, but other than that, I can't, that's all I can use it for. I know I could use it to set my under eye, but I've been using my face powder for that because it's a translucent powder. So maybe once I use that up, I can also use it to set my under eye. That's how I used up the cream shade in this. Not only did I use it on my eyes, I used it to set my under eye, and it was really nice for that. These two have not gotten a lot of love because I've just had a lot of shadows to work with. This is Liquid Gold by NYX. It does have a little bit of a dip, but it's really easy to get a dip going in this because it's a really nice shadow, but it's one of those that kind of poofs a little when you use it, like shadow goes everywhere. This one, I use it just as much in every look that I wear that gold one, and I wear this, but it doesn't even look like I've barely touched it, other than the fact that it's cracked all the way down to the bottom. But yeah, I don't know why they look so different, and I really shouldn't shake this around because it literally moves the pan, and I haven't taken the time to go get some super glue so that I can glue it back in. Now I have to, I'll deal with that later. So that is that, and then I have my 3 in my palette roulette. I actually finally uploaded the look that I've been promising you guys on this. I uploaded it on Monday, actually. Because I had to sit down and finally do the voiceover on it. But the shade that I use on a regular basis from this palette to hit pan on is actually my shade and limit, and hopefully I don't knock any of these eyeshadows out, because for some reason mine just weren't glued in that well. And if I had a Z palette with enough space in it, I would probably actually depot it, just because it's really tedious to constantly have to watch that. But I have a good dip going in that. Hopefully I will finally hit some pans soon so that I can, you know, make a switch, because that was supposed to be kind of the fun part of this, was hitting pan and then moving on, but I've kind of slowed down because I've had so many things in here. Next is my Coastal Scents Think Pink palette. Really like this. The shade that I've been kind of focusing on is, I'll just pull it out because it's so much easier than trying to lift this thing around. Because they're 12 hot pots, that's what they call their single shadows that have been put together into a palette, but I can switch them in and out as I want to. But this is the shade Light Plum. I believe all of these are available on their website, and I do have a good dip going in there, but it's a pretty deep pan, so I have a good ways to go. And finally, I moved this in here last month because I decided to declutter the Hard Candy palette that I had, not because it was bad, but because I had another palette just like that from Too Faced, and I didn't need two of the same thing. But this is Too Faced in Sugar Pop. I admit I haven't used this very much. Like, I've used these shades a little bit as inner corner highlights, but one of the rules that I set for myself in this was, for the palette Roulette at least, was that I didn't want to hit pan on any cream shades or any inner corner highlight shades, because those are really easy for me. With the exception of the Creme Brulee, I can pop those into other projects and do that. But what I wanted to hit pan on in this was more like, you know, all over the lid shades, maybe some crease and outer V shades even. But so this hasn't gotten a lot of use, and I said last month that one of these two were probably going to be the ones that I wound up using towards hitting pan. So let me go into like my plan for the next couple of months. I'm going to start focusing on certain looks. I don't normally do that because I like to play around with my eyeshadow a lot, but if I want this project to go better, I need to focus in a little bit. So I decided to pick 3 looks. 2 of them are in here, and 1 of them is in my Project 60 pan. So when I update that in 2 weeks, I will let y'all know which one I picked out of there. But one look is the Almay Trio, basically. Let me show that to you again. So just to get that green shade used up, and to hopefully, I mean, I want to use up the whole thing, but I would like to hit pan in these 2 in the next like month or 2. So that is one. And the other one for this project is actually, I decided to pick my Think Pink palette, which my Naked 3 would actually be the crease shade that I would use in this, so that would actually get 2 palettes. But it would be this on the lid, that in the crease, and I kind of, you know, dither back and forth between these 2 right here as far as an outer V color. But that is the particular looks that I chose. So that is it. And hopefully, once I start focusing a little bit more, I can show some more pan and get things moving along a little better. So that's it. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, I do really appreciate it, and hopefully I will see you later. Bye!